Okay, cooking vegetables, in this case potatoes, and we're gonna use the Air Instapot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the huge Instapot inside, we're gonna put it on the scale and get the weight of our pot.
1,314.
314. I measure everything in grams. It's more accurate than using other products. I just need to know this number for later on when I need to weigh the pot after we've cooked everything. We're gonna zero it out again. Stacy's gonna take all of our potatoes, dump them inside, and then we're gonna get the new weight on the scale here as well of how many potatoes we have.
Oh, fancy. Look at that. Smart.
There we go, smart girl. That's why I used the plastic cutting board instead of the wooden.
All right, 1,009.
1,009 grams. There's the potatoes. So we're going to keep note of that one as well. It's always great to keep a little piece of paper beside you. We know we need 250 grams raw. So this is going to be 4 servings here. Doc is trying to help out. We are going to add in recipes calling for 10 grams. We're going to use 40 grams of olive oil. Stacy's going to go ahead and add that in this time. You can add it in. Make sure you zero it out again. Unless you guys really like to do the math, it's not easy. Especially for our people who have to count with fingers.
40?
Yeah.
Oh, that's looking good.
All right, so we got 40 grams of olive oil in there. You can use coconut oil. That's typically my favorite. You can add any seasonings here you want. We are a huge fan of the flavor guides. We use some McCormick's. You can see all of our flavor guides in there. For this one, we're just going to use some basic salt, and we're going to toss it in. So we're going to use our salt grinder here. You can count this out if you want. I typically don't. I just use a couple twists, toss it in there. Don't be afraid of salt during this program as well. Then we're going to toss it in our Instapot, and then we're going to weigh it after it's all done. Toss that in there. Here we go. All right, we got our cooked potatoes now in a little Muppet. In Stacy's case, we're gonna go ahead and toss our whole pot. Okay, so this is all of our potatoes. We already weighed out our pot, so we know our pot was 1,014. Our potatoes now.
1873.
Stacy already emptied some out of there. So what we got is our potatoes are gonna equal out to 859 for our full batch here. And then we're gonna divide that by 4 because we put 4 servings of raw in there. So that's gonna give us 214 each. Okay, we're gonna zero it out. We're gonna put our meal prep container on there. Same thing you guys want. If you want, you can keep it into a big pot or big container and then measure them out later on. So once we get our 214 there, another little trick I like to use is I like to take my lid and a dry erase marker. I like to write my potatoes. So in this case, 214. My chicken, if I add my chicken in there, I would write 130 grams. Or in my case, 180 if it was mine, not Stacy's. Then I know whose container it is, and it makes it easier later on when I go to enter it into MyFitnessPal. The work is already done. I don't have to try to remember what I did with that piece of paper and read my little funky writing. All right, you good there, Stace? Awesome. We are good to go.